All right. You ready?
Ready?
Go, Rick.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take first question on two. On the fourth row, second seat in. Dave?
Mark, if you don't mind, we're going to switch it up real
Okay.
quick. Jeff Zilgett, USA Today.
You got Jeff.
On the left side.
LeBron last night after the dunk contest, Ja said he might be willing to give it a shot. Giannis chimed in. Zach LaVine also mentioned it. Is there any part of you that regrets never doing it? And with a procession of people maybe saying they might do it, would it propel you to give it a chance at next year's All-Star game?
There's no part of me that have regrets about not doing it. Obviously, I had a couple moments where I wanted to do it, and it just never worked out that way going into the following season either because of injuries or I just wasn't up. I wasn't up for it. But I don't know. I mean, if those guys do it, I mean, those are stars, superstars in our league. And obviously, we know the athleticism that the guys you just named, it'll be pretty cool. So we'll see.
Next question, Dave.
Hey, LeBron. David McMenamin, ESPN. Obviously, your team, the Lakers, made a huge deal a couple weeks ago to trade for Luka Doncic. I'm wondering if in any way having a 25-year-old talent like that makes you think about the end of your career and if it could be extended further than you're 23, et cetera.
No, I have not given it that type of thought. Just the excitement of being able to add a caliber player like that, a generational talent like that to our franchise, is something that's given me energy. And and I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do. I think we only had, 2 games? 2 games so far. And I think he's been on minutes restrictions since he came back from the calf. He hadn't played since Christmas, I believe. So, as we continue to, get into form, as he continues to get in form, I think we could be really good going down the stretch, but we see what happens.
Over here, Dan, on the right side here.
LeBron, to your right, over here. Dan White, LA Times. Curious as to your thoughts just about the overall sort of state of the league. You've been through a lot of stuff in your 2 decades in it. Where do you find the game to be right now? What ways could it be better? And what ways maybe is it better now than it was when you started?
Well, the fact that how many international channels and places and players that come into our league and viewers that we have all over the world, the game continues to expand, and that's a great thing for our game. We love our game. The game of basketball is beautiful. It's done so many things for us players and everybody in this room as well to be able to cover it. So, we always just trying to find out ways or figure out ways how we continue to build the game, how we continue to make it better and better. And it's better from when I entered the league in 2003, and hopefully that it continues to be even better when I'm done playing as well.
Next row back, David.
David Aldridge with The Athletic. To kind of follow up on Dan's question, you had said about a couple months ago that you had thoughts about where the game was going, and you talked about threes and things like that, and you said this wasn't the proper forum to discuss it. I wonder if today is a more proper forum to discuss it. And also, ideally, if you could have the game look the way you think is the best way to play basketball, would it look like it's played now, or would there be differences?
The game can always continue to get better and better, but that's just for all of us to try to figure out what's best for our sport. We want to continue to engage in our viewership, continue to engage in our consumer that loves our sport, and continue to understand that the guys that play the game and have their minds on how we continue to improve the game. To answer your question, no, this is definitely not the room. There's too many faces. I have no idea who it is in here, so I would not open up to this room about that. But I'm definitely always trying to have thoughts and questions and hopefully solutions. That's the most important of how we continue to build our game. That's what's most important.
Back left, Tim Reynolds on the left.
LeBron, Tim Reynolds, AP. This is not the how many years left question, but now that you're 40, year 22, all these accolades, obviously, how do you balance still being in the moment and trying to win championships and doing all the things that you're wired to do versus knowing that the finish line is obviously closer and appreciating what you've done and where you are?
I think they merge right into one another. I think I have a great appreciation for the moment because I understand that it's not going to be a lot of moments going into the future. Whenever that time is whenever that time comes. So you have an opportunity to really, really, truly appreciate every single moment. And take it all in. no matter, the goods, the bads, the adversity, whatever comes with the day-to-day process of, being a professional and still trying to, play for championships, but more importantly, just engaging in every single day and every single moment of being able to do what I love to do. And I've been doing it for such a long time. I've been a professional for 22 years. I've been playing the game at a level where, coaches and referees and, was involved since I was 8. So, this is something I've always dived into and always loved the process. And, I think they just intertwine together.
Right up front on your left.
Thank you. LeBron, you have a huge fan base in China, and do you have any plan to visit China? Or what's your message to show the fans there who adores you?
Yeah, I've been to China a lot, and I've always had a great deal of respect for the culture, for the way they love the game of basketball, and every time I've went and left, they've always welcomed me with open arms to come back. So, that's always been a fun trip for me, and, and my message to them, like it's always been, is if you love the game, play it as much as you can, enjoy it, play free, and be around the great people that love the game as well. It makes the game that much more fun. So it's always been a treat, either if I was going there for Nike or the NBA or for the Olympics. I always had a good time.
Hey, Bron, Melissa Rowland, Fox Sports.
I hear your voice, Melissa. Oh, okay, there you go. There you go.
Wemby said that he had a list of questions that he wanted to ask you. What advice would you give him and the other young guys who are hoping to have a career that resembles yours?
Well, obviously it dictates on what the questions that he wants to ask me. But, as far as Wemby, it seems like from the outside looking in that he has a great head on his shoulders. He seems like he loves the game, that he takes care of his body, the process and everything. And, you're going to get out of the game what you put into it. And, I've seen one quote that he says that, like, nobody better not call him past 9 o'clock at night because he's either reading or he's asleep. And I think that's super cool. I think that's super dope. That lets you know where his mind frame is, where he is at intellectually. And, I think he's been great for the franchise with the Spurs, but he's going to be great for our league for so many years to come.
Left side, Dave.
I just want to follow up on tonight's game. You got Stephon Castle and the Rising Stars team going up against the OGs, you, KD, Steph. Kind of what's your approach to that new format, and what will we see from you tonight?
You won't see anything from me tonight. Unfortunately, I would not be in uniform tonight. Still dealing with ankle and foot discomfort, so I will not be playing tonight, unfortunately. I hate that, but I'm looking forward to seeing the format. This is the first year for it. I know we got a lot of great, call us the OGs. That's hilarious. We do got a few guys with gray hairs, so that it makes sense. But, that should be fun. I saw the quote the other day with DK with somebody who's going to play against me. So I guess I'll see him at practice, and hopefully I'll be in practice. We can go at it then.
Over here, Law on the right.
So LeBron, Law Murray at The Athletic. Back in 2007, you hosted Saturday Night Live. You were the last active NBA player to host that show. So we got All-Star, but they're also celebrating the 50th anniversary season. What was it like? What's it like to just be a part of that show's legacy, and what NBA players should host that show next?
To be a part of Saturday Night Live legacy is something that, the dream come true. It's been on, obviously, my entire life, and seeing so many great actors, grace those skits, every single Saturday, and so many entertainers that come there and do their bits as well. It was fun. It was super fun, and hopefully I get the opportunity to do it again. I would love to do it again. I was so young. You said 2006? 2007, I was 21, 22 maybe. So it was super fun. I don't know. Kevin Love is hilarious, by the way, and he's a great friend of mine, and I could definitely see him doing Saturday Night Live for sure. He's one of my great friends, and he's hilarious. So, but it was a treat and something that I can always look back and say I was on a show that Will Ferrell's been on, and so many great guys. Bill Hader's a good friend of mine, so it was pretty cool.
On the left side first.
LeBron, Cameron Tippett by USA Today, SMG. LeBron of the Lakers drafting Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown of the Celtics is kind of sacrilegious to NBA purists. I'm wondering, can you talk about the state of the Lakers-Celtics rivalry and rivalries in the NBA more broadly?
Well, I mean, when it comes to rivalries, if it's that deep-rooted, then they will always live on. You know, as you look at Celtics and Lakers, you look at Ohio State, Michigan, you look at Yankees, Red Sox. It's just certain, matchups that no matter who's out on the floor or who's on the gridiron or, it is what it is because of the tenure and the legacy of it. So, and that's what stands with the Lakers and the Celtics for how many years. I mean, obviously we've been competing against that franchise and whatever, and both have had so much success. It would always stand the test of time, and forever.
Joe here in the second row on the right.
Joe Varden, The Athletic. You not playing tonight, that's going to be a record that ends that'll probably never come down, consecutive all-star starts at 20. But my question was, when you were 30, we were talking about, well, who is coming behind you? That discussion may have been a little premature, but now that you're 40 and you're talking about, the end at some point, do you have a player in mind who will be the best player in the league in 5 years?
I don't. To answer that question, I do not. There are too many great young players right now to just say, well, this one guy will be the best player in the league. I mean, our league is filled with so many talented players, so many guys that can transcend the game on the floor and off the floor, and I think it's in a really good place. So it was definitely premature at 30 to ask me that question. But, our game is in a really good place, Joe.
Last two questions over here on the left side, second row, and then Dan here on the right.
What's good, Brian?